What's up, everybody? Just got found guilty on some bullshit, and then these motherfuckers took my phone, and they are holding my phone inside hostage. Here at the Warren B. Rudman United States Courthouse. So I got Mr. Gerhard. Oh, Mr. Thompson. Hey, hey, hey.
Your phone?
Yes.
We're seizing your phone.
You mean you're seizing my phone?
We're seizing your phone.
For what?
You'll find out.
Seizing my phone?
Yep, I'm keeping it.
What are you talking about? Dude, I need my phone. Why are you seizing my phone?
It's evidence of a crime.
It's evidence of a crime? What's that crime?
I'm seizing your phone.
You're seizing my phone.
Yep.
Just get the paperwork from. You got a receipt or something?
Thank you.
I need to have a receipt.
Can get that to you.
What?
If you go inside the courts can get it to you.
Get a receipt or something.
I want a receipt.
Yeah, the
Have a
judge
good day.
seized it.
I want a receipt.
The judge seized it, son.
What do you mean the judge seized it? Don't destroy my fucking property. The judge seized it. Recording. Recording.
Right there you can.
I can record in the lobby, right?
No, right there you can. Outside.
Outside? Says where? Where's the sign? Still no sign, huh?
Verbal notice has been given, sir.
What is it?
Verbal actual notice has been given to you.
Verbal notice of what?
That you cannot record inside this well.
Where?
You can.
What is it?
Right there you can.
I can right here?
Yep. I just can't because you can go open.
What do you mean?
The door can't stay open
Why not?
because I said so.
Because you
I'm
said so.
responsible for the security of the building. The door has to
Oh
stay
my
open.
God. Hey, hey. So, today has been an absolute shit show. And I'm back here at the federal courthouse. And I'm waiting for a couple of my friends and one of my state reps to come over here and go find out what happened with my phone. So what happened was I started recording in the courtroom at the end of the trial, and I said my piece and I was leaving before the judge was finished. And then some of the, there was a whole bunch of Homeland Security Nazis, and one of them grabbed my phone out of my hand. And they told me that the judge said I had to leave and that I would get my phone when I left. So I was leaving, and then they told me they were confiscating my phone and that the judge was confiscating my phone. The judge also said that she was gonna hold me in contempt. But I was not held immediately, and we'll see if she files anything for an actual contempt hearing, because a contempt charge is just like any other charge. There has to be a hearing on the matter and all of that. So yeah, that's the status so far. While we're waiting, we got some of these Nazis looking at me, wondering what I'm doing out here, pacing back and forth. So one of the things about the jurisdiction issue, it was crazy. We had the documents proving that the federal government has never complied in order to take jurisdiction of these properties here in the state of New Hampshire. Nothing in the entire state of New Hampshire. And the prosecutor said that the Homeland Security officer was not a legal expert, so he couldn't answer any of these legal questions. And then he also said that he knew that it was federal property because he was told that it was federal property. So the judge said it was enough that this Homeland Security Nazi, Plant, Michael Plant, he says he can say whatever he wants, I guess, and then it's true. They don't have to have any proof to back it up. He was told by people who work at GSA. And so we are going to have appeals. We are entitled to representation on the appeals as well, court-appointed representation. Whether or not we'll deal with that, we'll see what's up. Oh, and another funny thing is, so you guys know I was here yesterday in that video in the lobby where they tried not to let me in. Well, today, Plant comes up to me and gleefully hands me another citation, another ticket down here in my car. And that was for disorderly conduct for that 15-minute video in the lobby yesterday. So apparently that was disorderly conduct, and they charged me with it a day later. So now I have 2 more cases. I also saw the commander, and I asked him what's going on. Why haven't we received our court dates? Because we're supposed to get them within 45 days. Of course, those are just words on paper, and they don't have to follow their own rules, as we know from this case. So I now have 2 disorderly conduct charges and a contempt charge to deal with over this this maneuver, we call it. Oh, there's my friends. Zoom.
Just stay up here.
I'm gonna stay out here.
Okay.
Um,
I don't want to be on video.
oh, you're not. It's not showing you. Just got Roseanne's butt. All right. So, let me zoom out here. So my friends are going in. They're going in to find the fuck out. They're going in to fuck around so that we can find the fuck out. And one of them doesn't want to be on video. That's fine. I'll respect that. I know the other one is fine with it. So we will, I'll talk to her after they come out. I'll get the play-by-play from Roseanne. So I'll stop for now to save my battery as well, and we'll go from there. Something, I just remembered something that I want to get on the record. It should be in the transcript, and I'm gonna see if I can get the audio file of the transcript of the hearing, of the trial today. And at the end, at the closing statements, the federal prosecutor, Alexander Chen, he actually said that he thought that the building should be opened up to the public to record. How about that? And then the judge goes and finds me guilty. Jason went first. Mr. Gerhard went first, and they had already found him guilty. and then she just found me guilty, despite the federal government not meeting the first element of the offense, improving anything. And that's why there's a state rep in there right now going to find the fuck out what the fuck is going on here and who the federal government thinks they are. Because these games will only be tolerated for so long. I'll repeat. These games can and will only be tolerated so long. And when people get as upset as me and you're ready to stand up and speak with your fucking feet, it's game over. Do you know how much time they wasted to try to collect $100 from me and $100 from Mr. Gerhard today? Do you know how much money, tax dollars, were wasted today to try to prosecute this petty offense for us recording? For exercising a protected activity? It's really sad state of affairs. It looks like they're about to come out, so I'm gonna talk to them off camera, and then I'll try to get an interview. All right, so I am back in Manchester. I'm not in Concord anymore. What happened was that my friends were told to call all these different places, and it's a bunch of phone tag. Basically, none of these agencies like Federal Protective Services and the GSA, their phones, they don't answer their phones. They just go to voicemails. So there's no accessibility to the government. And they're trying to get a warrant to get into my phone because I did record in the courtroom, the actual courtroom. At the very end, I was able to get my phone in the courtroom, and I told the judge that I can't promise that I won't start recording at some point. So, long story short, I started recording at some point. And that was when I was walking out on the judge after she found me guilty, after she found Jason Gerhard guilty as well. We have the appeals and all that, whatever. But I'm going to get the audio. I think I already mentioned that. And you guys got to really listen to some of the stuff in this audio. And the prosecutor, I'm hoping some of this is still caught. There were recesses. And during one of the recesses, the prosecutor, he said the 123, New Hampshire RSA 123, about how the feds receive jurisdiction and property ownership in New Hampshire. He goes, oh, that don't mean anything. Those are just words on paper. New Hampshire RSA 123 and the document from the Secretary of State saying that the federal government has never complied with RSA 123.1. Oh, that doesn't matter. It's okay. Nazi Plant, Homeland Security Nazi, Officer Plant, he testified that he believed it was a federal property, and he knew that because he was told that. But he didn't have any proof, and the federal government supplied no proof, but they still just glossed right over that and, decided that there are rules that contradict each other, and the local rule, which is to govern the procedure, courtroom procedure, is being utilized to negate 420, CFR 420, which allows filming in the lobbies and everywhere. So they're trying to apply procedural inside the courtroom rules to outside the courtroom in the public areas, publicly accessible areas. So that's basically it. I'll do a live real quick. It's going to take me a while to figure out how to edit this on my laptop. So you'll see it at some point. Maybe might have to wait for my phone to get my phone back. I don't know. So yeah, they're trying to get a warrant to get into my phone. They told me to leave. The judge said she was going to hold me in contempt, and nobody grabbed me or anything. And they were like, the judge told you to leave. So I said, I am leaving. I am fucking leaving. And then one of them grabbed my phone, and I was like, I want my fucking phone back. And they said, we'll give it back to you when you get outside the building. And so I walked outside, and then they never came out to give me my phone. So I ran to my car, grabbed this device, and started recording and ran over there, which obviously is the beginning of this video. And that is when he said, the judge confiscated your phone. And so when my friends called, they did talk to the clerk, and they said that it was Federal Protective Services that took the phone. It was not the U.S. Marshals. So inside the courtroom, Federal Protective Services kind of took over when it was actually the jurisdiction of the U.S. Marshals. The bailiff guys. They are the ones who should have been enforcing the judge's contempt order. Instead, the witness Plant, Homeland Nazi Plant, he jumped up and took control of the situation inside the courtroom, which he does not have jurisdiction, especially being a witness in the case. And so he held onto the phone and said the judge is confiscating it. And yeah, that's that. We are 100% living in straight tyranny. I think all the videos on my channel show that. This one in particular is quite grievous in my opinion. And it's not over. So I got 2 disorderly conduct charges now. And then I will have a contempt charge to deal with. And we'll see how many other charges I can generate from this nullification. And so that's another thing that people really need to understand here. It's never about winning cases when I do what I do. It's about pushing back on the tyranny, pushing the Overton window far and wide, and speaking with your feet and standing your ground, even in the face of tyranny, because that's how this country was founded, by non-compliance. Absolute defiance is the foundation of America. Throwing off the crown, not paying taxes, spilling tea in the harbor, tarring and feathering dirty loyalist crown tyrants, and things of that nature. So we're getting close, folks. We're getting very, very, very close. And I hope y'all taking notes and making a list like Santa Claus, right? Make a list of names. We're going to check it twice. And we're going to see who's a tyrant and who's not. And, you know, and I know a lot of people are going to probably go crazy on this, but my friends, when they went in, they said the guys, these marshals in there support you in what you're doing. They're not showing it very well. I'll say that, you know, because you can't say I support you silently and quietly. I agree with what you're doing, but I'm still going to throw you in the fucking gas chamber. Right? I'm still going to do what I'm told, even though I agree with you that these rules are being misapplied. And it's $100 ticket in the end. Right? Who knows what they're going to try to pull with these other charges? Are they actually going to try to go for prison time, jail time, whatever, on those? Whatever. I don't care. I could use a vacation. So prison time thing and jail time doesn't faze me. You have to be willing to sacrifice certain things in order to get the job done. Blood of patriots, blood of tyrants. So we're in the blood of patriots phase right now, obviously. And we're getting close. We're getting close. So with that, I'll just kind of stop for now. And yeah, I was successful in recording in the court today. So everybody who said, you're not going to do it, you'll never record in there, and all that, I did. I don't care if I didn't have fucking permission. That was the point. That was the whole point. So, yeah, mission accomplished. I can say the whole plan went off without a hitch, and the end result was to record my trial. And I did a part of it, a little tiny part of it. So, that said, don't be a pussy all your life. Excuse me. Don't be a pussy all your life. And, you know, you got to be willing to crack a few eggs now and again. And you're certainly not going to regain your freedom when you comply with tyranny. The only answer is non-compliance. Individual, mass, whatever it takes, non-compliance, absolute defiance is the action that needs to be taken. And it's not a group, it's not an organization, it's a thing that real patriots do. Because we also have a duty to disobey, as do the federal Nazis, the police, the state police, law enforcement in general, military. You do have a duty to disobey unjust laws. And, you know, the first few that do it are going to be the ones that take the brunt of it. But once everybody's doing it, it's game over. They can't handle 50 of these trials that they just did today for $100. And they should open it up, like the prosecutor said. I think I might be repeating myself, but I do find that I gave him credit and kudos when the prosecutor said that we should open the building up to the public right to record for transparency and accountability purposes. So he agrees with it, but still prosecuted this case. It's really, really mind-boggling to say the least. So that's it so far. There will be more, of course. There will be more hearings and trials and all that coming up. And I have other plans that I will not disclose. Yet. Might be in the moment. Might not be disclosed at all. Who knows? I like to switch it up. I like to keep them guessing. You know what I mean? So we got to keep everyone on their toes. And yeah, that's it. That's it for now, I guess. Thanks. Hey, what's going on? I am here at this Norris Cotton Federal Building. They got some construction going on here. But I'm here to try to find out what happened with my phone yesterday. So we're gonna fuck the fuck around and find the fuck out what the fuck is going on with this ridiculous situation to get a warrant for such a petty thing. It's ridiculous. Conduct, same thing. Photographs are allowed. 420. Hey, how's it going? I'm here to see somebody from FPS or DHS or GSA or whatever it's called. So I was at the federal courthouse yesterday in Concord, and I had a trial, and I started recording in the trial, and my phone was confiscated by actually the witness in the trial. He didn't have.
So who do you want to see?
I want to see somebody. I was told that it might be here. It was Plant. If Plant's here, Officer Plant,
Okay.
Michael Plant, he's the one that took it.
Right, hold on a second.
It's crazy. They said they're trying to get a warrant or something, and I need it for work.
Could you have FPS respond to the lobby regarding a subject that wants to speak with FPS, please?
Requesting FPS to the line, there's living that wants to speak with FPS, you know, in regards to.
My phone being taken.
Something at the court in Concord yesterday. His phone being taken, you stated.
About a phone being taken yesterday, 13:55.
Thank you so much. So what is your guys' policy for recording? Obviously you didn't tell me to stop, so you allow it?
You can talk to FPS on that.
Talk to FPS? Well, would you guys, if I was to go past this point,
You can talk to FPS on that right now.
okay. Hey, what's up? So what's going on with my phone?
Your phone's been seized
By
me.
you.
Yes.
You were a witness, and what authority did you have in the courtworm that day?
We're not going to argue it out here. You'll have a chance to argue that out.
When?
With the judge.
That's what I'm trying to find out. I'm talking to him right now, sir.
Well, he works for me.
He works for you, so you're
Yeah.
taking over?
So I'm taking, first of all, you're gonna be screened before we enter in there.
Why can't we just talk right here? So you're gonna let me in with my camera?
No.
Why not? Where is it posted that I'm not allowed to record? It says right there on the poster, again, that we're allowed to record. So is there anything else conspicuously posted here that says I'm not allowed to record?
Why don't you step outside, we'll talk out there.
You'll talk out there? Are you saying I'm not allowed to record? I'm just curious if I'm allowed to record in this building or not.
We're not gonna disrupt the office.
I'm not disrupting anything. I'm asking you a question.
You are.
What am I disrupting? What am I disrupting? I'm not disrupting. You guys are the ones being disruptive by not answering my questions. You are resisting. Stop resisting, sir.
No one's resisting.
You are resisting.
Listen, your phone was seized, okay?
Yeah, obviously.
All right? We're in the process of obtaining a search warrant for your phone. So
For
we'll be
what?
going through your phone.
You don't need a search warrant. I'll show you the video. I filmed the video. 10 seconds, 5 seconds maybe. Big deal.
Okay. At some point, you will be able to get your phone back.
I know that.
Okay.
I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
I need it for work. I can't get to work without my phone. Do you realize that? Do you care about that? So what other way can we go about this? What?
There is
so,
no other way.
So you want evidence of the video, correct? That's the whole point of the warrant.
It's too late.
What do you mean it's too late?
The phone's
What's too?
already been seized. It has to work through the legal process.
And what's the? So who do I contact about it?
There's no one. We'll be in contact with you.
What do you mean you'll be? How? I don't have a phone.
You still live at 332?
You gonna send me a letter?
Or stop by? Yes?
Stop by?
Sure.
Stop by for what?
To give you information.
No, you can send it in the mail.
We'll send it in the mail.
Okay.
Stop by? Might not be there. What do you mean stop by?
That's fine.
It's called a mailing address for a reason.
Okay. So we
Okay.
have your phone. You'll get it back at some point. Okay. You'll be noticed. You'll be given notice by mail or in person of when to appear at the court to retrieve.
So who actually has custody of my phone now? Why don't I have a receipt?
The Department of Homeland Security has custody of
The
your phone.
Department of Homeland Security has custody of the phone. Where? Here? Or Boston?
It is protected.
It's protected.
Yes.
Yep, it's secure. You'll get it back.
It's secure. Don't worry about it. Nobody's going through your phone.
No shit, they're not going through my phone. That's the whole point. I need the phone back, and I'll show you guys the stupid little video. This is what you don't realize. It's gonna be part of my discovery, so I'm gonna have the video one way or the other.
It's part of ours too.
Okay.
It's not part of yours. That's my fucking property.
Don't.
Don't what?
Don't start swearing like that.
Just come on.
Don't start swearing in public. Fuck you. I can say whatever the fuck I want, bitch boy. The fuck you gonna do about it? You ain't gonna do shit. Fuck around and find out, fucking cunt. So there you have it, folks. Tyrant Nazis.
It's no need for that, man. There's no need for that.
There is a need for that. You guys are being tyrant fucking punks.
Well, what do you think you been?
I'm being a fucking patriot, motherfucker. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're a Nazi, bitch. You're a Nazi bitch.
See you later.
Nazi bitch. Have a nice fucking day, you fucking cunt. Go fuck yourself.
I got one.
Yeah, I know. There's no need for this. There's no need for this. There is a fucking need for this. It's called fuck around and find out. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck. We got the old all-seeing eye, of course, and the seal. So yeah, you could see they still have the same poster here regarding filming on federal property. And you are allowed to film on fucking federal property. And that building is not a courthouse. The entire building is not a fucking courthouse. End of story. So these motherfuckers, I guess I'm gonna try to go to try to go to do something to figure this out. I have an idea. I'm not going to say it on video. But yeah, so that's that, folks. Where are we going here? Yeah, that's it. So they got my phone. They're trying to get a warrant to get into it. Whether or not they'll be successful, who knows? How long this is going to take, who knows? But these are the things that need to be done to shut these motherfuckers down. And people, you got to realize we still have appeals processes and all that. And I obviously still have 3 cases pending to deal with here. And so we will continue on soldiering through the tyranny and exposing the corruption and the tyranny and the absolute lawlessness in this country among our law enforcement officers. And like, where did these people come from? These different like agencies, GSA, FPS, DHHS, or no, DHS, and who knows? And that they want to try to do another Capitol Police Force. It's ridiculous. We have enough fucking cops. Too many. They don't even know what the fuck they're doing. Sitting around circle jerking each other, worried about people recording in public. So yeah, that's it. I parked down here on a side street, and I'm about to go fuck around a little more. All right, so we are gonna make a few phone calls here. First, we're gonna call the clerk's office, and we're gonna try to get some sort of filing about this confiscation, theft of my phone by a witness in my trial while the trial was happening. Nazi DHS officer Plant. So I saw him earlier. You guys should see that video before this, and I might have to go back there possibly. So I'm going to call the federal clerk, the marshal service possibly, and DHS FPS to try to get some sort of document of whatever they filed, because there has to be something. They have applied for a search warrant, and I have to be able to respond to that sooner than later. So I do have a new SIM card on my phone, which is great. So now I can make phone calls, and yeah, thankfully I had a backup device.
This is the United States District Court for the District of New Hampshire. If you meant to call the New Hampshire Circuit, Probate, Family, or Superior Court, press 1 and your call will be redirected to the State Court Call Center. To speak with someone in the United States District Court Clerk's Office, press 2 or remain on the line for other options. Wait while I transfer your call. Good afternoon, Federal Court.
Hi, how you doing? I have a question about a case and a filing. This is something that happened yesterday. I had trial, and my phone was taken by one of the witnesses who happened to be a cop. I'm sure you heard about it, Frank Staples.
I actually didn't. What,
Case number?
Yeah, so, yeah, do you want me to transfer you to the case manager in regards to this?
I don't know who best to handle it. So what happened was, I recorded at the end of my trial with my cell phone, and then the officer, it wasn't the bailiffs or the U.S. Marshals, it was the witness in my case, DHS officer Plant.
Okay.
He stole my phone out of my hand, and then they kicked me out of the building, and they said they'd give it back to me outside, and then he kept it. And he told me the judge confiscated it, but I was just at the federal building here in Manchester earlier, and I talked to Plant, and I have it on video. This call is being recorded, just so you know. And he said that they're applying for a warrant, and that DHS, so DHS has custody of it, and the court does not, as far as I understand it. And this is under DHS, even though the U.S. Marshals are the ones who have jurisdiction within the courtroom, correct?
You know what, that I'm not entirely sure about. So are you just trying to locate your phone?
Well, that, and I want a copy of whatever filings they've done for applying for a warrant. It's a little ridiculous. You know, I need this for work. Luckily, I had a backup phone and I had to go and get a new SIM card and everything, but I have to pay bills. I got all kinds of stuff on there. So you people, you know how it is. You can't lose your phone. So I need my phone. This is like a very petty. The charge I was in there for was petty. This is petty. And for them to, you know, it's not a felony or something. There's no imminent harm or danger, even from if I recorded in the courthouse, in the courtroom itself. There's cameras all in there anyways. It's so, yeah, I'm trying to get documents that were, you know, filed in this matter on this issue, or know where to go to get them.
Okay, yeah, sure. Do you know what your case number was for your trial yesterday?
Yeah, it is 24 PO 23 TSM. T is in Tina.
Okay, and so I just want to confirm and clarify. So you're looking for the documents that were you're saying that you were told were filed against you.
Yes.
In regards to your phone?
Yeah, and the judge did say, I want him held in contempt. And then they were just like, she told you to leave the building, and I was leaving anyways. And I, you know, that's when Plant in the courtroom grabbed my phone, and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And they're like, the judge told you to leave the building. And I, you know, I'm like, yeah, I want my phone. And they said, we'll give it to you outside. And then they kept it. And I got no receipt or anything about it.
I don't see the document in that case number from yesterday, but you know what, let me transfer you over to Kathy. She is the judge's case manager. So hold on one moment, please.
Okay, thank you so much.
Sure.
Hello, how's it going? Is this Kathy?
Yes.
Hi, I was transferred over. I had trial yesterday, and my phone was stolen by DHS Officer Plant, and I'm trying to find, I saw him today. He's refusing to give me any sort of documentation of anything, and I just need to know, like, what was filed. I know he said he filed a warrant, and I'm trying to get a copy of the warrant so that I can file something on it myself.
I haven't seen anything.
You haven't seen anything?
I don't know. If something was filed, it would have come from the United States Attorney's Office. So if they're doing anything, it would come from them. So you might want to check with their office. I haven't seen anything come through.
You haven't seen anything come through, so...
Not that I'm aware of.
That's kind of odd, don't you think?
Well, I don't know. I mean...
Well, who has jurisdiction inside the courtroom itself? That's the U.S. Marshals, correct?
Well, yeah, you might want to check with the marshals to see. I mean,
But they have jurisdiction inside the courtroom, correct? While a trial's happening?
Well, I don't know if they have jurisdiction. I know they come to the courtroom. I don't.
No, the
I'm not a
marshal,
lawyer, so.
or I don't know what's the difference. There's the marshals are the ones that are like the bailiffs in this situation, correct?
Well, but we have U.S. Marshals, we have court security officers.
Oh, okay.
And then there's Federal Protective Services.
It's just very confusing how many different security
know.
forces
Tell
there
me
are.
about it.
It's like GSA, FPS, DHS, U.S. Marshals. Unbelievable.
I know. The like officer plant, like an FPS, the Federal Protective Services, and the marshals are, the Marshal Service,
Yep.
and then the court security officers are usually the ones walking around with the blue jackets on.
All right. So yeah. So there's 3 different teams there that I've been interacting with.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I think the marshals, they could probably direct you more, I know they were in the courtroom. I know Federal Protective Services was in the courtroom. They kind of had the uniforms on.
Mm-hmm.
And then the CSOs, the marshals would probably be able to help you with anything you need with the CSOs, the court security officers.
CSO, the court security officers. So there's this CSO, court. I'm writing it down. Security officers. Yeah, it's hard to, talk about it when there's all these different players involved. And whose authority, who's got jurisdiction? It's crazy.
I know. Yeah, and I have no idea what I can help. The procedure how to file a document, but where anything that happens beyond that, I don't know. I don't know. I would start with the marshal, U.S. Attorney's Office.
Okay, yeah, I'll call the marshals.
See if they know anything. Yeah.
All right. You've been
Sorry,
very
I'm
helpful.
not more.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. You can only, you only know so much. I appreciate your time, and have a nice day. Okay.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye. Hey, what's going on? So I just put a fresh SD card in this thing, and we're going to call the U.S. Marshals real quick and see if they can help us.
You have reached the United States Marshal Service in Concord, New Hampshire. The hours of operation are from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. The office is located at 55 Pleasant Street, Concord, New Hampshire, 03301. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. If you are calling during normal business hours, please choose from the following options. Press 1 for dial by name. Press 2 for prisoner and court operations. Press 3 for warrants and investigations. Press 4 for asset forfeiture. Press 5 for administrative and financial. Press 6 for judicial security unit.
We'll try 3.
Billy Tuff is not available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone. Press the pound key to end recording.
Hi, this is Frank Staples. I'm calling to try to find out about my phone. I know that DHS Officer Plant is the one who took it. I've gotten no type of receipt or anything like that. As far as I'm concerned, it's been stolen, and I also need to file a report. But I heard there was a warrant. I don't know if you guys have anything to do with the warrant. If you could call me back, 603-722-5408. That would be phenomenal. Thank you so much. Add to my contacts. U.S. Marshals Service. Call them back real quick. try a different one.
States Marshal Service in Concord, New Hampshire.
Try one.
Using the keys on your touch-tone phone, please enter
Oh,
the
that's-
name of the party you wish to reach, last name first.
You have reached the United States
Try 2. Core operations.
U.S. Marshals, this is Melissa.
Hi, Melissa. How you doing? This is Frank Staples. My phone was stolen yesterday by DHS officer Plant inside the courtroom, and I have not gotten any sort of like documentation about it. There's nothing in with the clerk's office as far as my case goes. I did see him today, Officer Plant. I went to the Norris Cotton Building, and he did confirm, him and the Commander Thompson confirmed that they do have my phone, but they're refusing to give me any sort of documentation. They're like, we'll contact you. And I don't know if I would, like, who would have jurisdiction on a theft charge, because that, as far as I'm concerned, it was stolen, and there's, you know, that's illegal. And who would be the one that I would have to file a report of that nature?
I don't know. Can I put you on hold for a minute?
Sure.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Marshal Service.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. How are you?
Good. Who am I speaking with?
This is Brandon Wilson.
Brandon Wilson, how's it going? This is Frank Staples.
Good. Hey, Frank, how are you, man?
I'm okay. So I'm trying to sort out this theft of my phone from yesterday. Are you aware of that?
I'm not, no.
So I had trial, and before, it wasn't over yet, and I was just like walking out frustrated, and I picked up my phone and I started recording, and the judge said hold him in contempt. They told me to leave. I was leaving, and Officer Plant, DHS Officer Plant, stole my phone, and he said that we'll give it back. They're telling, the judge told you to leave. I said, I want my phone. He said, I'll give it back to you outside. And I went outside, and then he wouldn't give it back to me. So I ran to my car, I got my other recording device, and I went back, and I do have it on video.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Hello?
You got me now?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Can you not hear me?
I couldn't. No, it cut out.
I don't know what happened. That's weird. So where did I stop? Sorry. Where did I cut out?
Plant.
So yeah, so Plant took my phone and said that the judge told you to leave the building. I said, I want my phone. He said, I'll give it back to you outside. And when I got outside, he stayed inside and he just kept the phone. I ran to my car and I got my camera and I went back and I got it on video, and he told me the judge confiscated your phone. But I was at the Norris Cotton Building today. I saw Plant and Commander Thomas, and they told me that they have my phone. They're trying to get a warrant, and they will not give me any documentation of any of this. I have no receipts. I have no proof. I don't know where to file. They said, we will contact you. As far as I'm concerned, I was not arrested. There's nothing. I talked to the clerk. There's nothing in my court file as well. There's no contempt charge or anything, even though the judge said she wanted to hold me in contempt. I don't know if she followed through with that. Doesn't look like it. And I need to file a theft charge at this point because it was unlawfully taken by a witness in the case. DHS Officer Plant was a witness in the case at the time. So if the judge wanted my phone confiscated, I believe it should have been the, CSOs, the court security officers.
Right.
Who would have jurisdiction?
DHS. So Concord PD would have jurisdiction over a theft case.
Concord PD?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll call them.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Frank, I appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much. So you don't know anything? You guys aren't involved in any way with this?
I'm not involved with anything. in regards to the hearing or whatever, or the seizure of a phone, no, that is not the Marshal Service.
All right, it's just very confusing because there's like
Right.
DHS,
Yeah, no, the
Marshals,
Marshal Service
FPS.
does not have your phone, so.
All right, I'm just trying to sort it all out. Thank you so much.
Yep, have a good one, man.
You too, thank you.
Yep, bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so before I call Concord PD, I'm probably going to have to go up to Concord to file the report there. I'm calling the GSA, it's general service number. It's an 800 number, so they're probably going to have to transfer me or something. This is for
Welcome to the Internal Revenue Service.
Homeland Security.
You can also visit us at www.irs.gov.
Internal Revenue Service. No. So it doesn't look like doesn't look like this number went to the IRS. Strange. Overview. Directory. Huh. Interesting. So yeah, that guy Plant, he was like, I don't work for the GSA anymore. I work for FPS, but FPS is GSA. Like, that's the office in this building is the GSA, General Service Administration. That is who puts out the poster with the rules that say we're allowed to record. So it's very, very strange how we cannot get a hold of these Homeland Security people. I might just have to go down there real quick before they close. It's 4:19, so I should probably go down there and go inside and try to file a some sort of records request on this. I mean, maybe I should just file the police report first. I don't know. I'll think about it. All right, so we're going to go on the offensive here. I'm done playing with this dude.
Concord Police Department Call Center. This call is being recorded. If you have an emergency, press 1 now. For non-emergency matters, press 0 or remain on the line. If you know your party's extension, press it at any time. For upcoming community events, press 2. For the parking division, press 3. For police reports or firearm permits, press 4. Inquiries for police officers for a detail or special event, press 5. Inquiries about employment opportunities, press 6. To provide an anonymous tip about criminal activity, call the Concord Regional Crime Line at 603-226-3100. To hear these options again, press 9. Thank you for letting us be of assistance to you.
0. Again. I hit 0.
Please hold on while I try that extension.
Concord Police.
Hi, how you doing? My name's Frank Staples, and I need to file a report of theft.
Okay.
Okay.
What was stolen?
My cell phone. It is felony level. It's a $1,300 cell phone.
Frank, what's your last name?
Staples, like the store. Staples.
And your date of birth?
12/18/1979.
And your home address?
332 Merrimack Street, Manchester, New Hampshire.
And where was the phone stolen from?
From my hand in at 55 Pleasant Street in Concord, New Hampshire. I spoke to the U.S. Marshals just a couple minutes ago, and they suggested that said that.
How was it stolen from your hand, sir?
It was stolen by DHS. It was a witness in my trial. I was there for trial, representing myself, and the witness in the case stole the phone out of my hand and then told me to leave the building. He said that they would give it back to me outside. When I got outside, he told me that the judge confiscated my phone, and I have that on video. I talked to the clerk as well, and there is nothing in my case file. The judge has not confiscated my phone. So DHS Officer Plant, who was at the time a witness in the case, he just stole my phone, and I asked for a receipt. There's no documentation. They're not giving me any information about it. And yeah, the U.S. Marshals said that you would have jurisdiction on this.
Yeah, are you still at 55 Pleasant Street?
No, this happened yesterday, so I wasn't able to make any phone calls until I got another phone. So yeah, I just got a new phone a little while ago.
Okay, and what is your new phone number?
It is 603 722
Yeah.
5408. And I do have, like I said, I have this on video where he claimed that the judge confiscated my phone, but the judge did not confiscate my phone, otherwise, because that would have been the court officers. The court officers would have jurisdiction inside the courtroom, not a witness that's there that day.
Okay, we'll have an officer give you a phone call.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So yeah, there's that. We'll wait for a phone call. All right, so I'm going to call the clerk again. Try to talk.
This is the United States District Court for the District of New Hampshire. The court is closed. You may call back after 8:30 a.m. on the next business day or remain on the line for other options.
Yeah.
For hours and location for the court and after hours depository box, press 1. For bar admissions, press 2. The court is open from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
4:30.
Located at 55 Pleasant Street. The court is open from 8:30 a.m.
Cisco Unity Connection. Greeting Administrator. Enter your ID.
No. So I'm trying to talk to the court officers. I want to get the video from the courtroom of the theft of my phone, because they have, there was 1,000 cameras in there, so I should be able to get that. That should be part of discovery at the very least. So it's definitely going to be part of the lawsuit. You better believe that. If you guys don't think we're getting a civil rights action out of this thing, you're out of your mind. So we will get that, everything that happened, him snatching it out of my phone, and all that. So I'm still waiting for this phone call from Concord PD. Hopefully it's sooner than later. It's probably shift change right now. We'll see what's up. Hello?
Hi, is this Frank?
This speaking.
Hi, Frank. This is Officer Brown from Concord PD.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Oh, I've been better.
So what's going on with the stolen phone?
So yeah, I had court yesterday, federal court. I was representing myself, and the witness in the case, Michael Plant, after, well, the trial was still kind of happening, but it was the end of it. The verdict had already happened, and I told the judge I was leaving, and I picked up all my stuff. I grabbed my phone because she allowed me to bring my phone in there, and I started recording, and Michael Plant decided to grab my phone and rip it out of my hand, or he thinks. And I did start recording 100% because I wanted to document what was happening. But I left, and he said, I'll give it back to you outside the building. And when I got outside the building, he didn't give me the phone. I ran to my car, grabbed another recording device, and ran back to the door and got him on video saying that the judge confiscated your phone. So I talked to the clerk today.
Yeah.
The clerk said the judge did not confiscate the phone, that there's nothing in my case file about what happened. The judge did say, I want to hold him in contempt, but nobody grabbed me, nobody arrested me, or anything like that. So one of my friends is a state rep. She went there right after and was told that a crime happened, allegedly, and that they're trying to get a warrant to get in my phone. Okay. And so I went to the Norris Cotton Federal Building today, which is where Officer Plant is out of. I spoke to him, and I spoke to Commander Thompson from DHS. Both of them are DHS employees.
Yeah.
And I have that on video. And they told me that they will contact me. They're not giving me any sort of receipt of it or any way to like try to dispute this situation. And I don't have any record of them stealing my phone. So U.S. Marshals, I spoke to them as well, and they told me that Concord PD had jurisdiction in this matter and to call you guys and file a report. So that's what I did. And yeah, my phone was 100% stolen and there's no warrant or anything like that. This guy, and it's not even federal property. New Hampshire RSA 123.1 has never been complied with. And therefore, anything that is a federal building or post office or anything is actually state property. So there is that as well.
Is Michael's an officer of DHS?
He's an officer of DHS, and he has no authority inside the courtroom. This all happened inside the courtroom during the court proceedings, of which he was a party to the proceedings. So he was there to testify, and he decided to usurp the jurisdiction of the CSO, which is the court security officers. You know, marshals were also in the room, but Michael Plant from DHS, usurped the authority of the security officers, court security officers, and just grabbed my phone. I believe he ended up having it. Honestly, I don't know who grabbed it. I believe it was him, but he has custody of it, and I have video of him admitting to have taking it.
Okay. And then what? I just want to make sure I understand it all. So you had called, the clerk said they have no record, but then who had you spoken to that said they have it because they're applying for a warrant?
That would have been Michael Plant and Commander Thompson from DHS at the Norris Cotton building.
Okay. All right. And this happened in the courtroom when he had first grabbed it?
Correct.
Okay. And the judge did not address it at all?
There was a little bit of a commotion, and well, I already told the judge that I was leaving, and she said that was fine, and she was continuing on, and then he snatched my phone, and I'm like, hey, wait, give me my phone back, and he's like, I'll give it to you outside, and I'm like, well, what the fuck? So that's when I started to leave. Or I continued to leave, and I left the building. They followed me down to the lobby, and he stopped behind security. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? You said you were going to give me my phone back. And he's like, nope, I'm keeping it. And then I went to my car, grabbed my recording device. I came back. I said, hey, I need my phone. I want my phone. What's going on with my phone? I need some sort of receipt or something. What's going on here? And he said, nope, the judge confiscated it. And I have that on video. I haven't rewatched, so I don't know if the audio, I'm hoping that audio was captured. But that's what he said. And like I said, the judge has not filed any contempt, anything, or secured the phone. So he has the phone, and he has nothing to do with court security. And court security don't have it. And I talked to the U.S. Marshals, and they said that you guys have jurisdiction on a theft.
Okay. In terms of if they did seize it as evidence, like to a search warrant, they can hold it until that search warrant is approved and or denied. From my experience and stuff, it is like DHS that has jurisdiction over that building and stuff. So it sounds like if he's a DHS officer and then sees your phone pursuant to a search warrant, it has to more come down on.
He doesn't have a search warrant though. He seized it without a warrant, and I was not arrested. So I would understand if I was arrested and charged with something, and then it was held pursuant to that. But there's nothing of that nature on the record.
I haven't been in that court building in a while. Is there still the signs like no recording and that kind of thing?
So there's a sign in the lobby, and it's the same sign that's in the Norris Cotton building. It says it rules for governing conduct on federal property, and 41C. It's the third column down, second to last, CFR, which is the Code of Federal Rules. Yeah. It's 102.74.420, and that allows recording in the lobby. Okay, and in the corridors and everywhere else. Okay, and so the difference is, so the thing here, the important thing to consider is that the judge allowed me, because I was pro se, representing myself, the judge allowed me to bring my cell phone in the courtroom, and I told her, I cannot promise you that I will not record at some point. And she still allowed it. And that's, so...
Did you ever say about, like, well, you can't record in the courtroom? Because I'm gonna be honest, man, it sounds more like that because you were recording in the courtroom, and I get it, like, obviously you want everything recorded, but it sounds like because you were recording in the courtroom, they...
Hold on. Do we not have a right to record anywhere in public?
The court isn't necessarily public.
It is. It's a public building. It says it right on there. And I have video of the staff saying, yes, this is a public building. And it says it right there. It's a public building dedicated to the citizens of New Hampshire.
The building itself might be, but in terms of like a specific court proceeding, it may not. You know what I mean?
Well, they said that the building is the whole building and that the whole thing is the same. It's all the same thing.
Well,
and like I said, they don't have jurisdiction. There's no federal jurisdiction. Please write this down. New Hampshire. Hold on. Wait. New Hampshire excuse me. Did you write down New Hampshire RSA 123:1?
Yes.
Okay. And so I was at the Secretary of State's office on the 8th, and I have a document from them searching the archives that says, I asked specifically for 55 Pleasant Street, and I can, if you can email me, I can email you all these documents. But this certificate shows that the federal government has never complied with RSA 123.1. Therefore, all jurisdiction is actually state jurisdiction, and they don't have ownership or control of any federal property. They're utilizing it for sure, but they don't have legal control and ownership of any property in New Hampshire. It's all New Hampshire state property.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be honest, man. As of right now, if there was a crime that was occurring in their presence and they seized it and
why wasn't I arrested?
Search warrant.
Why wasn't I arrested?
Because you don't always have to be arrested right on the spot. It sounds like they might be doing a investigation, especially if there is something with like a contempt of court, because that's more civil law than criminal law.
Yeah, but then that would be the court security officers. If it was a contempt of court, because it should be, and it happened in front of the judge, which we know from talking to the clerk that there is no contempt of court. So I'm urging you to contact the clerk of courts and to find out about this jurisdictional quandary that we have here and whether or not that guy had the authority to do what he did.
Okay. I will certainly talk to them, but like I said, from my experience, that is the jurisdiction of the Department of Homeland Security because it is a federal court building, and that is probably why you were dealing with the Department of Homeland Security and why they're the ones with the phone and that they seized it pursuant to a search warrant.
Right. Well, no, I thought it was a crime. They said a crime happened.
Well, but so they seized it as evidence of a crime and then pursue it to a search warrant, because obviously it sounds like they probably want the recording from the phone. They're gonna
So recording is a crime now.
I don't listen, man. It's not. I'm not in the courtrooms all the time. It's like I said. It sounds like more.
Can you go review the video, please? Because they have tons of video there. The whole courtroom is fully wired. There's tons of video, and I would please urge you to investigate this. And it completely. I know this is way beyond a normal call with these legal issues. I understand that. But this 123.1 issue plus, you know, the fact that the court security are the ones that have control there, and the judge did not file any contempt thing. So, and I was not arrested. So they're fishing for evidence of a crime. They think there might be evidence of a potential crime because they think I may have recorded, but what is that crime? If they cannot articulate what that crime is, then it's theft. Okay. They have to have a reasonable, articulable suspicion and articulation of what this crime may be that they would be charging me with.
Do you have, first of all, what kind of phone was it?
It was a Samsung Galaxy S20, I believe. Maybe S20 Plus or something.
S20. What color was it? Was it black?
It's black. It's like all glass, front and back glass.
Okay. Any specific case or anything on it?
No case at all.
Okay. Do you have another court date with that same judge?
I don't. Yeah, I think so. I walked out. Like I said, I walked out at the end. But there's going to be for the $100. It's $100 fine. So what happened was I was recording in the lobby. I've done this multiple times down there because it says we can record in the lobby on their poster, and you know, this is part of me promote. And the prosecutor in the case yesterday, he said that we should open it up to the public to film, and that's on the record.
Yeah.
But the rules on the wall say that we're allowed to film in the hallways, the lobby, the corridors, and everything. It's right there. And but the problem is they don't allow you to do it. So, you know what I mean? They're like, no, we don't allow that, even though it says you're allowed to do it. So there's some stuff going on here, and I know, you know, there's definitely constitutional issues, but that's the oath. That is the oath, and that's what we're all here for. That's why I'm doing what I do.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you remember the phone number for that cell phone?
The phone, I got a new SIM card, so the phone's not going to work on it anymore.
Yeah, all right. And then it was Michael Plant from DHS, and then what was the judge's name?
Let me see if I have it right here. Her initials are TSM. She's a magistrate. She's very new. I forget her name, but it's TSM. I can give you the case number.
That I should be okay.
Yeah, they'll know. I mean, they're gonna know about it.
All right. I will type this up and go from there. The best advice I can give you at the moment is to speak to the Department of Homeland Security about it, and at least be like, when are you guys even gonna give?
I did. I have it on video earlier today. So they said we'll contact you, and I'm like, how? Well, after I went to Xfinity, so I now have a new SIM card, so they can totally call me now. But I was like, how? You have my phone. I need it for work and stuff. And they said, well, you still live at 332 Merrimack Street. I said, that's, you know, it's none of your business. And like, it's my mailing address. That is my mailing address. That's what I use for a mailing address. And they're like, we'll stop by. It's like, you're not just going to stop by. Stop by for what? To give me my phone back? To arrest me for exercising a constitutionally protected activity? This is absolutely ridiculous.
So the next advice I can give you too is if you do have another court date with that same judge, is to bring that issue up with the judge. I know it's obviously not easy to like get a judge on the phone and talk about it, but at the end of the day, they're the ones who have all the power in terms of like.
Sure. I'm actually, I am going to be tomorrow. I mean, it's going to be on the record. It doesn't matter. I'm filing a temporary restraining order against them, DHS and Officer Plant, to expedite this thing and get it into court, you know, within the next couple of days, and to, you know, to tell them to give my property back.
Yeah. Okay.
So I am also pursuing that angle, but I appreciate whatever you can do on your end to document this situation appropriately. You know, because this is really a travesty of justice, in my opinion.
Yeah, I hear you, absolutely.
And it's a waste of our tax dollars. Like, this is the federal government. They took me to trial for filming in the lobby for 5 hours for a $100 fine that I'm not going to pay.
Is that what the trial was for yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, what was I saying? I'm sorry you had to deal with that, man. That's obviously like extremely frustrating. Like, sounds like you try to exercise your rights and
yes.
You know, but if I need anything else, this is the best phone number to contact you at.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Okay. All right, Frank. You take care. Okay. You have a good rest of your night.
You as well. What was your name again?
Officer Brown.
Officer Brown.
Yep, just like the color.
All right. What was your ID number or employee number?
31.
31 Brown. Awesome. Thank you so much. You're wonderful.
Yeah, of course. You take care. Okay.
All right. You too. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Bye. So yeah, hopefully you guys could hear all that very well. And yeah, I'm gonna do the temporary restraining order thing tomorrow. I'm gonna go work on that now, so I'm probably waiting on the uploads. Uploads might be late, so I apologize for that, but you know, I kind of got to prioritize, and some of this stuff I don't want out until I've done certain things. So